the executive order by President Trump says that conduct is prohibited. Law, federal agencies, all of them, are prohibited from forcing social media platforms to monitor and to restrain content. And that is why now Facebook is saying, oh, we're not going to do any fact checking. Of course, because they want to be on Trump's good side, because they are like the waves of the sea. They go wherever the money is, that's where they go, you know? So I don't trust Facebook, and that's why I barely go in there. But so that is number one, the censorship. And number two, that's the weaponization executive order. If you go read it, I urge every person watching this, you should go read it and look at the language. He ordered Miss Bondi. He ordered Miss Tulsi Gabbard, you know, the Attorney General and the Director of National Intelligence, to investigate how the federal agencies have been used against the citizens of this nation, because it is the Constitution that protects us. And he specifically ordered Tulsi Gabbard, the Director of National Intelligence, within 45 days to issue a report on the abuses by the intelligence community. For those of you that have not read Mr. Patel's book, Government Gangsters, I urge you, go read it, because he clearly delineated the need for a new church committee. So I am confident that many of these, another one is 2 weeks ago, he issued an executive order saying to all the agency heads, identify wasteful spending and give a report and tell the public. And so here, this is our digital warriors. Please concentrate on Christine Owen. Tag him on your post and say to her, pursuant to President Trump's executive order, you have to identify wasteful spending. I urge you to look at the organized stalking and the funding of the illegal operations at the fusion centers. That's one way you can go. If the gang stalking is your issue, go and tag her in your posts. Public officials are not supposed to in any, and please be respectful. Don't go into the surreal. Don't go into, things that are hard to believe. I'm not saying they're not true, because a lot of horrible things that I have witnessed and I have known other people to have witnessed, I know they're real. But if we are trying to convince the world that this is happening, you cannot go into those rabbit holes. You need to stick to the factual stuff that we have corroborated. For example, the United States Department of Justice Inspector General concluding in an audit report that 97% of the people on the terrorist screening database have no known ties to terrorism. And that is one of the many graphs that we have. You can look them up in the targetedjustice.substack.com. So I'm going to leave you now, and I hope I don't have any more questions. Please to tell us that you are that you're being a digital warrior, so that we can give you a shout out and have other people from our community, from our membership, follow you. We want you to have following so that you can spread the word about this atrocious program. Contactar Sudamérica. Yeah. Rodrigo, we have Javier, we have Valdemir, we have Horacio, and I'm going to be making a podcast soon to explain the digital warriors in Spanish, because Latin America has been victimized by the criminals at the CIA. They are used to putting dictators, and they are used to telling Latin Americans how to rule their countries. Well, the time has come to shut these criminals down. And we are going to be exposing their torture. And the people in Latin America, and they just give me one little second, para los latinoamericanos, no los van a matar. Yo sé que el Voice to Skull está diciendo que los van a matar. Estos son unos cobardes que no se mueven sus cuerpos frente a sus computadoras. These people are cowards. They do not move from their monitors. So they're not going to come kill you, because, this is one of the things. If they come kill you, they're going to trigger a police investigation. And they don't want that. And I am proof positive that they're not going to kill me. If they would have killed somebody, they would have killed Richard or me, right? Because we are fighting against these criminals, and they haven't killed us, because the moment they do, game over. I have already said, Richard, I have written it, and I urge you all to do this. You can have a handwritten will pursuant to check the states, your state laws, saying, if something were to happen to me, I give this person permission to be in my autopsy and to recover all the implants in my body, and I bequeath my cause of action, my damages cause of action against those responsible for having placed those implants inside of me. I bequeath it to the person to do it with a video cam and a chain of custody. Do it. I did it. So, I'm better alive than dead, because if I'm dead, they're going to be able to harvest all the implants inside, and they don't want to do that. So I urge you all to do the same. Do a little handwritten pursuant to the laws. I'm not giving legal advice because I don't know the laws of your state. You need to check the laws of your state. I did it for myself, and you should all do it, because it's one way that they're not, that it's harder for the criminals to do something to you if you make a plan. Okay, there's a special place for heaven. Yes, absolutely. Look, we have been chosen by God to fight this fight, and that's why also please do not miss Melissa Miller's Chosen Heroes tomorrow. She's doing an amazing job, not just as a podcaster, but also as a digital warrior. So please do not miss her show tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. The Chosen Heroes. We are chosen heroes. We are changing the course of history. And for the next 20 years, guess what? Just as the Holocaust has been the theme